Hey guys, it's Allie with Allie Answers. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If this is your first time watching, welcome. And if you're a regular watcher or subscriber, welcome back. If you haven't yet subscribed, why don't you consider hitting that little button or giving me a thumbs up, because that means more people will see these videos and we can do more good. So I want to talk today about anxiety. Anxiety is something that people like me are very familiar with, but some people are not quite as familiar. So let's talk about how anxiety can affect your loved one and you. I was speaking to a man one time about his mother and what he was calling temper tantrums. As we started talking more, I realized that because of her mild cognitive impairment and her normal anxiety ramped up thanks to this early dementia, what was presenting as a temper tantrum was really, I believed, her anxiety. When I started to discuss this with him, it became apparent that anxiety was something that was a little foreign to him. To him, anxiety was just being nervous, and he didn't really understand. If you're in that boat especially, I want you to listen, but if you know more about anxiety, I still hope you'll learn something. The first thing that you need to understand is anxiety affects our bodies first. So our nervous system is actually designed to protect us from danger by creating a fight or flight feeling when we are upset. So when we feel like we are in danger, it is normal for us to have a rush of adrenaline and to feel like we need to run to get away from the situation, or that maybe we need to have conflict, that we're ready to fight, we're ready to argue. And those kinds of things are really normal for us as human beings, but especially when a person has early or mild cognitive impairment, it is something that makes it difficult for them to express their needs. So what some people will see as a temper tantrum is actually just a culmination of all these feelings that are happening all at once. Physically, we may have a rush of adrenaline that makes us feel like we got to go somewhere, we got to do something right now, we have to do something with this energy. In addition, we may have a spike of our blood pressure, which can cause us to feel a little woozy sometimes and even cause a headache. In addition, our heart rate may go up and it may make us feel a little bit out of breath and a little bit more overwhelmed. So physically, our body is responding to the stress as if we're being chased down, as if someone is coming to kill us. Now, it may sound a little bit extreme to someone who doesn't deal with this all the time, but as someone who has grown up with anxiety, who has it as an adult and has had it for many years, I can tell you that it doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it can be overwhelming. It can be almost paralyzing because you really do. Your body is reacting as if someone is trying to hurt you. That means also that mentally a person can start to feel like the world is out to get them, that the person who's talking to them is trying to hurt them or trying to trick them in some way. If someone has dementia, if someone has early cognitive impairment, if someone is just stressed out, it is normal for them to wonder, are they being tricked? Is this person out to get them? What is their ulterior motive? So sometimes you will see a little bit of paranoia even in very early stages. And I can promise you that that is a natural reaction when your body is responding to stimulus as if you are going to be hurt. It is a protective device that our bodies do to protect us. It's a protection that our brain creates to let us know that we need to be wary, that we need to be aware of what's happening around us and perhaps protect ourselves. A person who is experiencing extreme anxiety may feel sick on their stomach. They may feel like they're going to throw up. They may have flashes of heat that floods their body, and then flashes of cold as well. People have described it as feeling hot and feeling like someone dumped ice water on them. You can imagine that if someone is experiencing these kinds of physical reactions to the stressors around them, that they may seem like they're being extreme. If you are looking at the circumstances and saying, this person's not in danger, this person shouldn't be upset, this person is overreacting, it may be because you're not considering how that person feels on the inside. So let's talk about how to make that person feel better. First of all, if they're having a rush of adrenaline and they feel the need to move around, I advise you to encourage that. If you can go for a walk with the person, if you can walk around the house or go outside, feel the fresh air on their face, if they can get out of the current situation that they're in, meaning that room, that place, it is going to make that person feel better. Also, if they need to fuss and scream and yell, let it happen. Sometimes we try to calm everyone down and we think that if everyone's just more quiet, it's going to be better. We'll just tell them to be quiet, tell them to calm down. I guarantee you, if someone is having an anxiety attack, that is not going to help. Never in the history of calming down has telling someone to calm down caused them to calm down, right? So let's remember that. It is a good idea to maybe offer someone something cool to drink or something comforting. If they like tea or they like coffee, it is a great idea to distract the person after you hear them out. So once you have listened to them and you've said to them, I want to understand what's going on. Talk to me. What's happening? May I help you? You can say the words, I understand you're upset. I'm here for you. What can I do? Tell me what I can do to help you. You may be surprised that all they want you to do is be quiet or give them some personal space. Get them a snack, walk them outside, let them yell, let them get the adrenaline out of their system, and then you can talk to them. No one is going to be able to hear you or listen to you when they are feeling these panicked feelings. It is truly not the time to have a deep conversation. No one's going to receive what you're trying to give. So what you need to do is focus on what that person needs and be there to support them. There are a lot of things that can calm people down. Every person is different. Certain stimuli can make things worse and cause a person to have more anxiety. For some people, it is repetitive sounds or loud music. For some people, it is certain smells will create anxiety for them. Certain feelings, clothing that is too tight, tags that are scratching them, seams in socks, shoes that are too tight, a room that's too cold or too hot. Those kind of physical stimulations can cause anxiety. When someone is in the middle of anxiety, they're not going to be able to receive information very well, but having you there and present physically may help calm them. You can ask them, can I hug you? Can I hold your hand? Physical touch often will help a person calm down, but I always recommend that you ask the question first. They may say no at first and then change their mind in a few minutes. These episodes of extreme anxiety hopefully will not be something that you have to deal with on a regular basis. But knowing that it could happen, especially with a senior that you love, due to confusion, due to overstimulation and the environment, and just the feeling of overwhelm that comes with cognitive decline. Knowing that it is temporary, that it will go away, and that the person cannot stop themselves. They are not having a temper tantrum. They are not trying to make your life difficult. They are having a moment, and what they need is space and time to process what's happening. If this is something that you are starting to see, I invite you to pay attention to signs of anxiety. If you notice that when you take them out to eat, for example, that they start tapping their leg or tapping their hand on their leg, then you may be seeing that they're starting to get overstimulated. If they're at the physician's office, for example, and you're seeing shorter, shallow breaths, they may be starting to feel a little panicked. You can encourage a deeper breath. You can pretend that you're smelling the roses and that you're blowing out a candle and practice breathing techniques. If the person has been trained when they are not upset on meditation type techniques of breathing and visualization, it's going to be easier to help them calm down. If that's something they've never heard of or never participated in, now's not the time. You need to be doing that when the person is not in a panic. We all need to worry less about what the people around us think and more about the people that we're caring for or loving, what they need. There are some great medications that can treat it, but there are a lot of physical changes that can be made to help the person as well. taking in less caffeine is helpful. Making sure that the person gets enough sleep is helpful. Recognizing certain things that stimulate them in a negative way and making sure that those things don't happen. If you can avoid certain restaurants, for example, that cause anxiety and frustration, then do. And finally, understand that anxiety can cause a great deal of exhaustion. After a person has kind of an event and they're very anxious and they're upset, and especially if they're kind of doing circular thoughts or racing thoughts and they've calmed down, they're going to be tired. Don't be surprised if that person wants complete silence and wants to be alone, or they want to take a nap afterwards. On your journey of loving people in your life, and especially of taking care of seniors, you will probably see these types of behaviors at some point. Your healthcare provider can provide additional information on how to support people that you love who are dealing with anxiety and panic issues. Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate you making it this far. If you have not yet, I hope that you will subscribe and share this video with people that need to see it. And I would love to see in the comments ways that you deal with anxiety in your life. Have a fantastic day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.